video I'm going to talk about metric conversions, how we can easily make metric conversions, and a little bit about what the metric system is. The metric system is the system used all over the world except primarily in the United States. And even here in the United States, we're using it more and more. And that's because it's such an easy system to use. The metric system is a base 10 system, which makes conversions easy. We just have to rotate decimals to get the right answer. The great thing about this is, just like the place value chart, the metric system is a base 10 system, which means that rather than moving numbers around, all we have to do is make a shortcut by moving the decimal around. And I'm going to show you an easy way we can do that now. In the metric system, there are 3 base measurements. The first one is meters. Meters measures length. The second is liters. Liters measures volume. One thing that's probably easy for you to remember is most of you have seen a 2-liter soda bottle. A 2-liter bottle of soda is double what 1 liter would be, so that would give you one good idea of about what a liter is. Third is grams, and grams measures weight. Now grams is a really light measurement. I have a picture of a paper clip, and a paper clip weighs approximately 1 gram. So if you pick up a paper clip, you can see how light 1 gram actually is. So how can we make conversions though between the different types of base measurements? We can do that by using our conversion stairs, which I have a picture of this on the left. Now if you look at this picture, we're going to start in the upper left corner where it says kilo. Kilo is equal to 1,000. The next step down is hecto. Hecto is equal to 100. The third step down is deca, which is equal to 10. The fourth one down we call base, and that's our base measurements either in meters, liters, or in grams, and that has a value of 1. So if we're measuring meters, it would be 1 meter. If we're measuring liters, it would be 1 liter, and grams would be 1 gram. If we go down from there, we get to deci, which has a value of 1/10. From there we go to centi, which has a value of 1/100th, and finally we end up at milli, which has a value of 1/1000th. Now this metric conversion stairs are really important for you to remember. If you can draw this out, you can easily do any metric conversion that you will have. And this is a saying that I like to remember that will help you draw out your conversion stairs. We want to remember to go from the upper left from K to H to D to B to D to C to M, which is KHDBDCM, or killer hippos die by drinking chocolate milk. Again, it's killer hippos die by drinking chocolate milk. So pause the video and practice drawing out this conversion stairs by yourself. Remember, you want to start in the upper left corner and draw out KHDBDCM, or killer hippos die by drinking chocolate milk. Remember that the B stands for base, but it really will be either meters, liters, or grams. And then put your little stairs around it, and once you get this done, unpause the video and I'll show you how you can use these stairs to easily make conversions. Alright, hopefully you've been able to practice and get these conversion stairs down. Now let's take a look at how we can use the conversion stairs to make metric conversions. Here on the left, you'll see I have my metric conversion stairs, and this time I put a little guy right there, which we're going to use to go up or down the stairs. So to convert up the stairs, all we need to do is rotate our decimal to the left, but we're going to use our stairs to do it. So here's a few examples. If we wanted to go from 1,500 grams to kilograms, what I would do is I would put my eraser on my pencil, or in this case we're going to look at our little guy, and I'm going to put him on the B for base because that's where grams are. And I want to go from the grams up to the kilograms, or up to the kilo step. So I'm going to take my little guy and count how many times it will take to move him from the base to the kilo step. If I take him, I'd have to go up 1, 2, 3 places to get up to the kilo step. That means that I'd have to rotate my decimal on 1,500 3 places to the left. Now remember, 1,500 is a whole number and it doesn't have a decimal in it. So I'm going to add a decimal to the right of the number and rotate it 3 times into the left. If we do that, you'll see that we get the answer of 1.5 or 1.500 thousandths kilograms. For our second example, we're going to go from 205 6/10 deciliters to liters. Now I've put my little guy standing on the deciliter step, and I need to move him up to liters, which is on the base step. So that means I need to move him one spot to the left. That means I need to rotate my decimal one spot to the left. So if I take 205 6/10 and I rotate my decimal one spot, it would end up being 20 56 hundredths. In other words, 205 6/10 deciliters is the same thing as 20 56 hundredths liters. For my last example, I'm going to start on millimeters, and I'm going to go from 22 7/10 millimeters up to the meters stair. You'll see that the meters stair is where the base is, and so I'm going to have to take my little guy standing on the millimeters and move him up 1, 2, 3 places up to the base. That means I need to rotate my decimal 3 places to the left. So I'm going to take my decimal on 22 7/10 and rotate it 3 times, and that would give me a value of 0.0227 meters. Now let's look at some metric conversions and how we can use our conversion stair chart to move down the chart. So to convert down, it's going to be the same process we used to convert up, except this time we're going to be rotating our decimal to the right rather than to the left. For our first example, we're going to go from 3 kilometers down to centimeters. Now I'll put my little guy up on the kilometers step, and I need to rotate him all the way down to centimeters. So that means I would have to take him and rotate him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spots down to the right. So I'm going to take my 3, and remember 3 is a whole number, so it doesn't have a decimal in it, but I can add a decimal to the right of it. So I put my decimal in to the right of the 3, and I'm going to rotate it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spots to the right. And that would give me an answer of 300,000 centimeters. For my second example, I'm going to go from grams to milligrams. And so we want to go from 45 6/10 grams all the way down to milligrams. So I'm going to take my guy, move him down from the B or the base step down to the milli step. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3 steps down. So I need to rotate my decimal 3 spots to the right. So on 45.6, if I rotate that 3 times, that's going to give me an answer of 45,600 milligrams. For my last example, I'm going to go from deciliters down to centiliters. So I'm starting on deciliters, and I need to go all the way down to the centiliter step. So I'm going to have to move my guy down 1, 2, 3 steps. So that means I have to rotate my decimal 3 spots to the right. If I do that, I'm going to end up with 13,000 centiliters. All right, hopefully now you're able to do some conversions moving up the stairs and moving down the stairs. Let's give you a chance to try some on your own. So here I've given you the conversion stair chart to your left, and to your right I have 4 problems for you to try on your own. So go ahead and pause the video, try converting each one into the proper place, and then when you're done, unpause the video and we'll go over each one and see if you got it right. Pause the video now. So we're going to start the first one. Asked you to go from 1,002 meters to kilometers. So we're going to start on the base stair, which is meters, and I'm going to have to rotate my decimal to the left 1, 2, 3 places. If I do that on my 1002, rotate it in 3 places, it would become 1 2/1000 kilometers. For the second example, I asked you to go from deciliters to hectoliters. So I'm going to start on the deciliter step, and I'm going to have to go up 1, 2, 3 steps again to get to the hectoliter step. So that means I'm going to have to rotate my decimal 3 spots to the left. If I do that on 156 7/10, I rotate my decimal in 3 times. 1, 2, 3. I get 0.1567 hectoliters. For my third example, I'm going to go from kilograms to grams. This means I need to rotate my decimal to the right because I'm going down the stairs. So I'm going to go down the stairs 1, 2, 3 spots again, but this time to the right rather than to the left. So if I rotate my decimal to the left 3 times, I get 18,700 grams. For the last problem, we want to go from centimeters to meters. Again, I need to go up the chart. So I'm going to start on centimeters and go up to the base stair or the meter stair. And that's going to be 2 spots to the left. So I'm going to rotate my decimal in from 161, 2 spots. Again, 161 is a whole number. So I'm going to put a decimal to the right of the number and rotate it in 2 spots. If I do that, I get 1 61/100 meters. Alright, a few things to remember from this video. First, that the metric system is used all around the world and is a base 10 system, and that's really great. It makes it really easy on us because it allows us to rotate the decimal either to the left or to the right to get the correct answer. That's all we have to do. I also want you to remember how to draw your conversion stairs. To help with this, remember killer hippos die by drinking chocolate milk. If you can remember this and draw out your conversion stairs, your conversions become very easy. And finally, to make a conversion, you need to rotate up the stairs, so you need to rotate your decimal to the left. To go down the stairs, you need to rotate your decimal to the right. If you're able to do this, you should have no problems doing any of your metric conversions.